we have got some new character bios that Toei Animation on the official Toei Animation website has posted for some of the new characters in Dragon Ball Super in the Universe Survival arc. So I wanted to make this video here to have a discussion with you guys about some of the surprising information that we have about these characters. Very surprising because some of these things I think were unexpected. So I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about it. Like I said, they're updating this website little by little, and we're going to learn a lot more about these characters as the series progresses. I don't know if we're ever going to get this many new characters again because there's so many of them, but our friend Herms, of course, on Twitter has been translating what the bios actually say, so I want to go ahead and dig into this real quick. The last one that we got was Toppo right here, but let's go ahead and hop over here, show you guys here. This is, of course, the 11th God of Destruction, Vermouth. I always have trouble saying his name, but I have the automatic translator here, but that's not what I'm going to go by. I'm going to go by Herms. Herms writes that, and this is surprising, he writes that this God of Destruction does not abide evil. The valiant efforts of the Pride Troopers send his heart aflutter. So the Pride Troopers are from Universe 11. We know this already. He is the God of Destruction, but he is not evil. And it's interesting because so many people thought because he's a clown that he was going to be evil. And once again, Toriyama subverts your expectations. Once again, he hits you with a curveball, and we find out that indeed he's not going to be a bad guy and that he likes the Pride Troopers. And again, the Pride Troopers, even though they may be Goku's rival in this arc, are also not bad guys. I mean, they're just, they're just dudes who, defend justice. If anything, Goku is seen as the bad guy from their perspective. So that's pretty damn cool. Universe 1 Kaioshin. Let me go ahead and knock over. And this guy looks so much like Shin, like the original Kaioshin, the one from Universe 7. Anato is his name. The god of the universe with the highest mortal level has a gentle smile. So, we talked about mortal levels, about how there's a big debate now whether or not it's power versus, civilizations. And it appears like, again, more evidence is leaning more towards civilizations, but it's interesting to me. He seems like a really, really nice guy. Like it just says, he's a gentle smile. So he will not be, his universe will not be fighting, but he still gets a bio. So I wonder if they're going to be involved somehow. I am curious. I know there'll be spectators, but there you go. He looks so much like, Kaioshin, it's not even funny. So, Universe 3 Kaioshin, Ea. I don't know if I'm saying the name right. Ea, whatever. Herms translates here, slightly influenced by mortals who like machines. Interesting. Now, this could lead to a lot of possibilities in the future about maybe some new breed of characters that are like machine based, which we're going to talk more about when we get to the God of Destruction from Universe 3. But interesting. The idea here, guys, is that Ea is a nerd. That's the idea. They got the glasses and everything. It's a nerd. What more needs to be said? Speaking of machines, the Universe 3 God of Destruction, Moscow. Now, I've done a video about Moscow in the past, about how he is directly influenced. He was drawn by Toyotaro, directly influenced by Lude from Dragon Ball GT in the way that he looks. And Herms translates this as looks like a robot, communicates through electronic sound. So he's gonna be like R2-D2, but the thing is, he says it looks like a robot. So that means that this is a living organism. It's just a metallic living organism, kind of like what Magetta was. I love that concept, and I wonder if Universe 3 is composed of a lot of I wonder if it's like this hybrid universe where we have machines and mortals like living together. I wonder if that's the idea. I love the design. I want to see this guy fight because those big ass hands he's got, I want to see him throw some hands, bro. You know what I mean? Looks pretty damn cool. Now, moving on here, the Universe 4 Kaioshin. This guy looks like a badass. He's got the mohawk, kind of the Tapion kind of skin color here. His name is Kuru, and it says here from Herms, haughty, his pride as a god is extraordinarily high. So this guy is very prideful, kind of maybe like Zamasu a little bit. He has kind of a smirky face, so I'm thinking this dude might just end up being really like I said, like Zamasu, but maybe not as crazy, if that makes sense. But the design is interesting, and we'll see where it goes. A little bit taller than a regular Kaioshin. Now, moving forward again, the Universe 5 Kaioshin is named Aguma, or Oguma, or Ogama. Ogama, I think is the right way to say it, or Oguma. Herm says, a gentle god who values a balance of knowledge and power. Not much to really say here, just that they're gentle and that they're... I guess this guy's kind of like what the original Dai Kaioshin was in Dragon Ball Z. Like, I'm guessing that's the gimmick here. So, not too much to say, but it's still interesting, that... I mean, it's not that interesting, I'm not going to lie. He's just there. There's not too much to really speculate on. Okay, so, moving forward. Universe 8 Kaioshin, Idu. Now, let's see here. Idu, Herms writes, loves making plans and gets fired up when those plans start to come together. So he's the strategist. When we see Universe 8, they're not going to be competing in the tournament because Universe 5, 1, 5, 8, and 12 are not going to be in. And it sucks because if this guy's a strategist, you would think that he might come up with some interesting strategies for his fighters, but we're not going to see that. And it sucks, but again, because they're introducing him and because he's got some information here, I think that he might come into play. This may come into play later. And I do like his outfit. I like the color of it. I enjoy this color palette a lot, the white, black, and blue. I wish there was more information, but that's all we got on him. And last but not least, Universe 12 Kaioshin, again, will not be competing. Agu. According to Herms, says virtuous things. Although his universe is already developed, he aspires to take it even higher. So this guy is, I don't know if he's the best god, but he's one of the best gods because, and again, it goes back to that ranking system. We're talking about development of universes, civilizations, and things of that nature. This guy seems to know what he's doing. He's not like Shin, and he's not like, some of these other guys. He seems to know what he's doing, and he seems like somebody who is, he's, I don't want to say he's the best god, but he's definitely the most unique one. And look at the way he looks. Like, he doesn't even look like a Dragon Ball character. Like, I feel like he looks like a character from, like, another series, like Doug or, like, Tintin. Like, he's got the Tintin haircut here. I don't know how many of you guys grew up with Tintin on HBO or whatever. It was on Nickelodeon for a while, but... And the movie came out a few years ago, also, the live-action one, or it was, like, CGI, but... Yeah, interesting. Not competing. Again, some of these gods will not be in the tournament, but Toei is giving us an early glimpse into their characters. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm very curious to get discussion going. Do you care about these characters? Obviously, you can't care too much because we haven't seen them do anything yet. Which one do you think is the most interesting? To me, the big shocker was the 11th God of Destruction because I expected this guy, because he's a clown, to be just this... maniacal, like the Joker, like setting traps. And I guess that's kind of like stereotyping clowns or whatever, or at least clowns in fiction. But it's interesting that he is, a benevolent guy who thinks the Pride Troopers are, a good team. I don't know what to say. So it's interesting to see how that goes. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think? Which one's the most interesting? And I got some big videos coming up this weekend, so stay tuned to the channel for that. Thank you so very much, as always, for supporting Geekdom 101. I will talk to you guys down the road. And again, give me your thoughts about these guys. What do you think? Are you interested? Do you care? Again, this guy and this guy, I think, are the two coolest ones. We'll see. Talk to you later.